The next step is to create a budget. You know, how much, let's assume you're now spending no more than your earned income. Okay? Now, that's not going to achieve your financial goals, right? That's because what do you have to do to achieve those goals? You can't spend all the money you earn. You got to save, right? So how would you go about creating a savings plan once you're at break even? You have two choices. You can earn more money, or you can spend less. Okay? Or you could do both. Let's say you're going to reduce your spending. So how do you do that? Is there any magic formula for reducing spending? Not that I know of. You can look at what you spend money on and see if it's being done efficiently. I think somebody mentioned that. So a big area to look at is insurance. People have no idea why they have the amount of insurance they do or don't. The other way is to just, do a sequestration of your budget. Take 5% or something reasonable, $100 a month, and just, if you're earning, $4,000 a month and spending $4,000, spend $3,900. Start there, or whatever's comfortable for you. You don't want to get into the mindset of feeling like you're depriving yourself, because then you just lose control of it, and emotions get in the way of rational thinking. Okay, so savings versus debt. Simple rule. If you're earning less than, on your savings, if you're earning less than what the interest is costing you on your debt, then you want to pay off your debt. So you see the credit card companies and financial services companies, they create a framework that's actually generally the opposite of what's going to work best for you to achieve your goals, even though they say they want to help you achieve their goals. Okay? So you have to be careful to take control of creating that framework. If you do that, then you're going to succeed. If you do that and then make a plan, your chances of succeeding increase more. Okay, so that's the rule for savings versus debt. Generally, I recommend people use the framework of buckets for saving. So if you have short, intermediate, or long-term goals for savings, create a separate account for those savings. Okay? And if you go online, I use Capital One, but probably all of them do that. They let you set up as many accounts as you want. And I have my accounts labeled. Vacation, property tax, buying a new home, my granddaughter's savings, everything's in a different account. And every time I put, $10 or $50 in those accounts, I feel good. And the likelihood of my taking it out is less because it feels like it's already spent on this goal that I created. But really, it's there and I could spend it any time. But creating those psychological barriers that make it harder for you to think that the money is accessible, that's how you win the savings game. Okay, because the trade-off is not so painful because you're seeing that goal viscerally. You're touching it. You see it. Every time you put money in that account, you feel that goal. And you say, damn it, I'm going to make it. So that's how you start. You start slow. It doesn't matter how much money you put in those accounts. Just setting them up will feel good. Okay? Even if you put $1 in each one of them, that's a start. Okay? And then the feeling of deprivation won't be what it's like previously, because you're not really depriving yourself. You're just moving, you're shifting. You're making some shifts. Okay, so there are some resources available. I'm still signed up for Mint. That's the big online budgeting program, but there's many of them. So Hello Wallet's a resource. Also, nerdwallet.com has all sorts of resources, especially with credit cards. And it has an advisor channel where you can ask questions, and advisors from all over the country answer it. And actually, you can use a spreadsheet. You can use a card file. You can use a little notepad. When you're about to spend money, you're going to write it down. It's called point of sale, because psychologically, that moment of impulse what you need to do is buy yourself some space from that impulsivity. You need to have that pregnant moment when you think about it, do I really need this?